I'm David Drever. I'm supporting the vigil again today to lend my voice to those who are appalled at the atrocities and the genocide being carried out in Gaza today, and indeed the aggression being carried out against Palestinians in the West Bank. But I suppose today I feel my anger's most directed towards the establishment politicians of the United Kingdom, who seem to be more concerned about scoring political points off each other than addressing the real issues of what is needed today. We've got the sorry sight of the vast majority of the countries of the world calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. And the two main political parties in the United Kingdom are vying with each other to avoid calling for a ceasefire. And the longer that the United Kingdom and its government aligns itself with the US as the sole major backer of the Israelis, the longer this dreadful aggression will continue in Palestine. So, for me today, my message is to Rishi Sunak and to Keir Starmer: be brave, show integrity and compassion and political leadership, and say to the Americans and the Israelis, we will not tolerate this war any longer. We want a ceasefire. And so the people here in Orkney are standing beside people all over Britain, all over Scotland, all over the world, who are making that call. The sooner it's heeded, the better.
Well, it's obviously been one of the worst weeks in our Parliament that anyone can remember, and I think that obviously the worst thing about this whole debacle is that nobody seemed to have remembered what it was all about. The whole point of taking it to Parliament, we thought, was to see if we could pass some kind of suggestion that we stop killing people, but that all went out the window. It just became turned into infighting between the parties, and I don't even know where we are at the end of that. But everybody is disgusted with that. And of course, we were saying just now that we've got to the point where numbers don't seem to mean anything, that you hear in the news, oh, another 100 people died last night. Another 100 people. There was a time when 2 people being killed was news. And now 100 people being killed is just, it's not even acknowledged. And that's what I think is really scary, is how the humanity has been taken out of this situation, that we don't even seem to, and I don't mean we as in everybody, I just mean in general, the media and the politicians and quite a lot of the general public, it's just become a number, that these aren't people. And it's only when you search for something online and you see a photograph of a person who's been killed and you hear their story and you hear their family's story, that you're reminded of what's actually happening. And I just find it horrific that we've just lost track of the humanity, and it's all about the politics, it's all about the wording. I think this week in Parliament, I don't think any of us actually quite grasped all the difference in the wording, because it sounded so similar and yet was so different. And so while we're playing around with words, people are dying in their hundreds and it's not even acknowledged.